My name is Simon, and this is my swimming story. To begin, we're gonna have to rewind all the way back to 2008. In 2008, I was 11 years old and in the 5th grade. I played baseball and tennis, and also summer swim. I always loved getting outdoors and staying active. I started competitively swimming by joining a team called Snow Swimming. My first swim was on October 24th, 2008, where I swam the 200 backstroke. I didn't do any flip turn, and I also got lapped. After that, I quickly improved and started to get awards for swimming fast at swim competitions. I really enjoyed swimming, so I kept doing it. That brings us to Chapter 2, middle school, 6th and 7th grade. I moved to another team called Curlburt Swim Club, now named Nation's Capital Swim Club. I started doing my first morning practices, where workouts started at 5 a.m. I also did my first travel meet, going to Arizona. I had a blast, bringing my Rubik's Cube, meeting awesome swimmers, and also getting my first DQ in the 100 breaststroke. I forget why. I started going to the gym, lifting weights, and getting swole. My father pushed me very hard. Sometimes I would get embarrassed because he would yell at me in front of my friends at the pool. But we got along and he made me better. I couldn't remember much 6th and 7th grade, but the next chapter is where I get very serious. Chapter 3. The motivation starts to kick in when I'm in the 8th grade. The London Olympic Games was this year. Michael Phelps continued to inspire me with his performance at the game, and that's when I thought to myself, I want to swim at the collegiate level. I also picked up basketball. Although it was my first year, I improved dramatically, and I needed to decide if I should stick with basketball or swimming in high school. I decided to choose swimming because I had more potential. I also didn't get much sleep. Sometimes I would get less than 6 hours a night. So I started training more on my own in the afternoon, and also my father would come in sometimes. I would lift more weights, and I found out that the individual medley and butterfly were my two main events. I also had my first Eastern Zone meet right after the 2012 Olympic Games. That brings us to Chapter 5, high school. Since I didn't get much sleep in the previous year, I needed to backtrack and join a lower swimming group that swam 3 times a week in the afternoon rather than 6 times a week in the morning. Curlburt just changed its name to Nation's Capital Swim Club, also known as NCAP, and I also switched to a lower group. I would also swam on my own and wrote my own workouts. I learned a lot about hard work because sometimes swimming by yourself can be a little boring. This was also my first high school swim season. It was my first real team experience where we had pasta night, IHOP after swim meets, and really that team cohesiveness in a swim team. I B-finaled in the Virginia High School States and was disappointed that I didn't make the A final. After the short course season in the spring, I joined back to my morning group with Coach Robbie. My sleep was a little better, and I knew I could keep up with my sleep schedule as well as my school. Without basketball, I focused on swimming and had my eyes on the Division I collegiate swim level. In the 10th grade, I wanted to make the Summer Junior Nationals. There's a certain cut time where each swimmer has to make per event in order to attend. This was held in Irvine, California, and I always wanted to go to the West Coast. I did not make my juniors and got really sick at my sectionals meet at Virginia Tech. This year, I also received my first college letter from Kenyon College. I went home, I told my parents, my sister, that I got this letter and was very excited and hopeful for swimming at the collegiate level. Also, I was getting less sleep during the high school swim season, which runs November to February. Our high school practices would work out 9:30 to 10:30 p.m. and the following morning I had to go to club swim practice, which went from 5 to 7 a.m. Those 3 months was really tough on me, but I got through it. Junior year is a big year for swimmers because colleges start contacting you and scheduling official visits for your senior year. This was a big year for me. I broke out at our December Nation's Capital invite, making cut time for the Pro Swim Series event, which was held in January in Austin, Texas. I went to that meet and met so many Olympians, including Michael Phelps, Ryan Lochte, Nathan Adrian, Missy Franklin, Matt Grievers, and many, many more. It was a cool experience, and once I saw Michael Phelps on the deck, I was shaking. I was struck that I was so close to him. I also swam in his lane during warm-up. In high school swim, Andrew Seliskar broke out in his senior year, breaking records in the 100 butterfly and 200 IM. This year, I also became good at breaststroke. I made my first NCSA's juniors and had a great meet in Florida. I got more college invites and phone calls and was beginning to get noticed. Towards the end of my junior year, I missed the last 1.5 weeks of school to go to the Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs, Colorado. I also saw Michael Phelps, and he sat next to me during a dinner session, wearing his Michigan sweatpants. Senior year is also the year that the Rio Olympic Games in 2016 happened. I went on several college visits. The top 6 colleges I was looking at was Virginia Tech, Columbia, Georgia Tech, West Point, Navy, and University of Virginia. I ended up choosing Virginia Tech as a walk-on because I was not quite fast enough. One of my good friends, Fitz, also signed with the track and field and cross-country team at Virginia Tech. I went to the Austin, Texas Pro Swim Series meet again in January, and this time Katie Ledecky broke the 800 freestyle world record. At NCSA's, I had a breakout meet and dropped a huge amount of time. My eyes were set on the US Olympic trials. After NCSA's, I went to the Olympic Training Center again. My 200 IM long course time was a 2:07 at the time, and the Olympic trials was 2:05.09. And I remember in Colorado, legendary coach John Urbanchek told me, "Remember, it's 2 seconds. All you have to do is drop half a second in each 50, and then you'll get the cut." Also, after NCSA's in March, the Virginia Tech head coach called me and awarded me a scholarship to Virginia Tech. I was very grateful and proud that I got a scholarship to swim at the Division I level. I also became the Virginia High School State 2-time champion. At the end, I did not make the US Olympic trials and became very sad. And this is when I look forward to my collegiate career coming up. This is the story of my swimming career up to my high school senior year, and this will be continued, showing my college years at Virginia Tech. So that ends my swimming story for now. Give this video a like if you really enjoyed it, subscribe for more content, and I'll see you in the next video.